Marcus Robert Johnson here. I think Danny Jacobs. I think Danny Jacobs might win this fight, bro. I think he will. I be going back and forth with people, especially my coach on Gennady. I love Gennady Golovkin. I think he is great. I think he might be the best middleweight right now. But thing about Gennady with me it's my opinion, I guess, that is going to be a little different for him this time with Danny. Danny is a true middleweight. He's not that small. He fight comfortably 160. He can fight comfortably at 165. He's not trying to make it up to. He's coming down. He's right there. And David Lemieux hits hard. Still smaller and didn't get very much off. Triple G has fought great punchers, but he's fought welterweights. 147 is 150 that were fighting bigger. When he fought Kell Brook was working pretty good. I was kind of shocked at what Kell Brook was actually able to do. And a lot of that, I think, can come to Gennady being on the top for a while now. Gennady's had a relatively easy time. Not easy, like his fights are not easy, but I'm saying in comparison, he wasn't Floyd Mayweather fighting Manny Pacquiao. He wasn't Manny Pacquiao fighting Floyd Mayweather, if that's a decent analogy. He's not Bernard Hopkins fighting Roy Jones. He's Gennady Golovkin fighting guys that you're not going to remember. I'm not trying to take away nothing from Kell Brook or Willie Monroe, Lemieux, Gabe Rosado. I love Gabe Rosado. I'm not trying to take nothing away from these guys, but these guys are not, they're not Hall of Famers, so to speak. Maybe they could be. Some of them are still young. But back to Jenny Jacobs. I think there's a few things, and I like Gennady Golovkin. I want to see him do well. If he wins, I'm going to be happy for him. I'm not going to be like in tears and upset that Danny Jacobs lost if he loses. I just like Danny. I like the underdog. I like Danny Jacobs. I want to see him do it. I want to see him tackle the mountain. And I think this is a good time to do it because I think Gennady showed with his Kell Brook fight that he's either A, slowing down a little bit in his middle 30s of age. I could be wrong. I think he's between 33, 35. He's a little old for a boxer. Not old, but he's there. And so he's fought. He's a little older. So he's either A, slowing down. He's not able to keep up with the work ethic or the pace of his fight. Or what I think he's been doing is taking little baby steps. A lot of fighters move up the ranks sometimes too fast. And that's what destroys them. That's why Wilder's done so well. Because he's moved up the ranks slowly over a few years. Over years. He's not, he didn't get a crazy knockout and then fight for the title immediately. Like, he worked and they developed him. Kind of the same with Gennady. They gave him the right fights, built him up, and he's devastating. And he's knocked a lot of guys out. And I think he's either slowing down a little, or what is more than likely going to happen, or not going to happen, but if Gennady loses, and with how he looked against Kell Brook, more than likely what his issue is going to be is that the Mike Tyson effect, kind of, where he's dominating everybody, and he doesn't have to, he's not afraid. He's not afraid. So, I'm not going to say he's not training hard, but maybe he's not training as hard as he would if he knew he was fighting Canelo Alvarez. If he was fighting Canelo, I bet he dies in the gym training for that. I'm not saying he's not dying now for Danny. He probably I don't know him. Maybe he takes every fight like it's Canelo or something, like it's Floyd Mayweather, whatever. But he's not worried. And that's kind of the thing with Danny Jacobs. When you watch his knockouts, he got knocked out early. Guys get knocked out early in their careers and come back and do great things. It happens all the time. Early on, it's okay. As long as he didn't repeatedly get back-to-back knocked out or nothing. He got knocked out by one guy who maybe wasn't ready for it. He was just young, coming into pro boxing, moving up the ranks, carelessness and stuff. The one knockdown versus Mora, I watched, and he beat the shit out of him the second time they fought. But that knock, like, he doesn't have a glass chin or nothing, man. He knocked down Mora, and this all happened in the first round. He knocked down Mora viciously with a good right hook. And Mora got up, and Danny, he wasn't walking him down like this. He walked him down. He was in the zone. Maybe he thought he had him a little hurt. He was a little too excited, hands down. And he had the Latin snake against the ropes, and the snake struck. And he got caught with his hands down. He fell down, like, up. He was fine. It was a flash knock. He wasn't hurt or nothing. Got up and continued to whoop on him. And all I'm saying is that he doesn't have a glass jaw. He doesn't have a weak chin. Manny Pacquiao doesn't have a weak chin. You know, a lot of a weak chin comes from, not weak chin, but a lot of knockouts and get knocked out. It's not because you're weak. Amir Khan, I would argue, doesn't have a weak chin. That's a different video, though. But what happens, sometimes you get caught off balance, or your hands are down, or you're not as in tune with the fight. And I think that can happen with Gennady, man. I think they're looking at this as an easy fight. You even heard his trainer say if he touches him, you're gonna knock him out and all this. I don't think it's an easy fight for Gennady. He's going up against a real middleweight with real middleweight power. And Danny doesn't knock you. He's not viciously trying to knock you out. He's boxing, and he hits hard consistently. So it'd be interesting to see Triple G, how he takes those punches coming back, retaliation. Because I think Danny Jacobs is going into this. I've heard him he's talking. You know, I think he's going into this with the full expectation that he knows the world is watching. He knows he's supposed to lose. So he really has nothing to lose. A guy like that is going to be a little more dangerous because he's not you can watch the press conferences, watch everything. Watch him, listen to how he speaks, look him in his eye. He's not afraid of Triple G. He's not. Dave Lemieux looked afraid of Triple G. He wasn't even really throwing punches. Kell Brook wasn't afraid of Triple G, and that's why he was able to do what he did. He wasn't fighting to defend himself as much as he was fighting to win. And I think Danny Jacobs is going to fight to win, man. And I think you're not going to see the Triple G that's able to just walk down and boop, boop. I think you're going to see Triple G getting hit. I think he's going to try that initially, and he's going to feel some real power. And he's going to have to, I think Triple G is going to be forced to box. And if that happens, we will see what he's really made of. We will see what he's really got, what he's really bringing to the table. Like, really, really, like, solidified. You want to see Triple G overcome. If it's easy for Triple G, everyone's just going to say it didn't mean nothing. Danny Jacobs washed up or whatever. He's a bum, whatever he's weak. I'm not ever going to say he's not. If he beats Danny Jacobs easy, that says something. That's a big deal, I think. So yeah, I think Danny Jacobs can win. I think Danny Jacobs can get a TKO late in the fight. I think between around 6, 7, and 10, 11, he can get a good chance for a TKO. Because I think if he hurts Triple G, the more he believes in himself and if he can back Triple G up a little bit, he's gonna go forward and counter. If you watch Danny Jacobs fight, he's not dancing around you. He's kind of right there with you, and when you attack, he uses his jab to keep you off. He's gonna make you miss and come back with a good counter, good hard straight shots. So I think Triple G's number's up. I think it is. I think Danny Jacobs gonna win. I would say if you're gonna bet money, bet on Triple G. If you got money to lose, bet on Danny Jacobs. So that's how I equate it. If you're gonna bet money, you want to win some money, you should probably bet on Triple G. But if you got some money to lose, take Danny. And I think Danny will overcome. I think he will win. I think he can win a TKO middle late of the fight through hard work, heart. Triple G maybe getting confused, not knowing what to do. Who sees? Who said? Maybe that won't even happen. Maybe Triple G will stay calm and cool, and he's gonna figure it out. Maybe he can box beautifully. So we'll see. That's all I want to say about Danny. I'll probably have more to come once I find out more stuff about these things and hear more. But yeah, I think I'd take Danny. I'm taking Danny Jacobs in this fight. I like Triple G. He should win. But I think he's gonna have a rude awakening. I think the world is gonna have a rude awakening. So that's it. Peace out. War. Marcus Robert Johnson. Dat Boy Tweak 428 on YouTube. Like, share, subscribe. Follow me, baby. Yeah. Wartown.